Hey guys, how's it going? Cez back again and welcome to something a little bit different. Today's afternoon video in place of the My Player is, as you'll have seen on a few other FIFA career mode channels, the hashtag change career mode FIFA 16 wishlist. This is being done by a few of us now, both myself, Channy Sports, Odd Conflict, Pepsi FIFA, DJ99, Hugh Wizzy's done one as well, it went up a couple of days ago, and there'll be a lot more as well. So if you search the hashtag change career mode either on YouTube or on Twitter, you'll see the, hopefully we'll be able to get it trending, you'll be able to see what everyone else has had to say. This is of course the movement that we're trying to get going to let the guys over at EA know that we are unhappy as career mode fans and that we don't think there's been enough progress with that particular game mode over the last few years. If anything, they've actually been regressing and it's been getting worse over the last few years. Obviously, Ultimate Team has been taking the forefront and rather filling their bank balance, and they seem to have neglected career mode recently in the past few years. This isn't a hating on EA video, this is a suggestion video, as will all of the others be. We're not necessarily saying, EA, you're terrible, we hate you. We're just saying, look, we love career mode. Whilst Ultimate Team does bring a lot of the money in, there are also a large amount of people that love FIFA career mode and buy FIFA solely for that particular game mode. And it's gotten to a point where it's so unrealistic. They try to market FIFA 15 with the "it just got real" tagline. And well, in a lot of cases, it really isn't anywhere near realistic. I've got just a few different things I've got jotted down on a piece of paper. You can see I made a few notes. Then I've got a few more that my player specific. I may even do a second video. I might concentrate this one on just normal career mode. And if you'd like to see a secondary one, more specific to my player, that particular player career mode, then perhaps I could even do a second one. It's up to you. But I'll try and keep this shorter if I possibly can, despite the fact that I've rambled on for the majority of the opening 2 or 3 minutes or so. But right now, obviously, we are disappointed with the realism in FIFA 15 career mode. And just disappointed with the lack of progress with the, the game mode as a whole. I will just position this book in front of me so that I can see it. Apologies if I keep referencing to it and you don't necessarily catch my eye line. But one thing that we would love to see in FIFA career mode, and would be fantastic for career mode YouTubers, is an online career mode. The way they could work it would be similar to network games on Football Manager. Obviously, you've seen me start streaming and uploading Football Manager onto my channel personally and on Twitch. And the way that a network game works on Football Manager, you both connect to each other and then you're effectively in the same save. Now, the way this could work on FIFA, perhaps, remember they had the match lobbies and everyone joined a lobby and then you could play each other in that lobby. If they had a similar system but for a career mode engine as a whole, that would be incredible, where players could obviously do dealings in the transfer market and buy players off each other, play each other in the league system. They'd have to work it, whereas you'd have to be online at the same time as everyone else in that lobby, which is fine. You could arrange it with your friends as and when you wanted to play online career mode. But if they could get that sort of thing, then obviously on Ultimate Team to grow on YouTube, everybody collaborates. You can't really do that with career mode, and also that would just give career mode such an extra boost. I know a lot of Ultimate Team people that if they could play career mode online against friends or with friends in the same save, they definitely love that. It's the playing against the computer every single game that I know people don't necessarily enjoy. So if they could work an online career mode into FIFA 16 or any future FIFAs, that would definitely be a major selling point, and it really is something that EA should consider. Unfortunately though, don't quite think they will consider it, but personally, and I know a lot of people feel the same, I think they should consider that. Also, it's not necessarily big things that are the problem with career mode. It's the tiny little details. The fact that loan players, when you loan a player to a side, they should be ineligible when they play against you. But like, say I was Chelsea last year and it was the same this year, and you play a team that you've loaned a player to, that player will then play against you. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. That's, it just got real. That's unrealistic. If the ability to have a youth team, obviously you have the youth team, but that's just for the kids that you sign via your youth scouts, and you can't, bring up youth players and then drop them back down, perhaps. You'd, again, taking a leaf out of Football Manager's book, perhaps you could have a youth team or an under-21 side that you could call players up and then drop players back down into so they can still get some sort of first-team experience. So perhaps the players in your first-team squad that don't get played, you could drop them to the old under-21 so they could play in an under-21s league, get first team football, still continue to grow as a professional and increase their stats, and then when they're ready you could call them back up to the first team and include them in your first team squad. That would be absolutely fantastic. Again, taking a lot of this, actually a lot of my personal notes, having played a lot of Football Manager recently, are coming from that. It's the details. That's where career mode is missing right now. It's just so bland, and it really needs just these tiny little tweaks and the extra little details that you get in Football Manager, and it would genuinely be incredible. Because the one thing with Football Manager, what you want is the ability to play the games. If you had the Football Manager database and all of the the menus and all of the detail in Football Manager, but then could play the game the same way that you can play FIFA, oh my days, that game would just be incredible, absolutely insane. Unfortunately though, it won't happen. But if EA could integrate some of the little details from Football Manager, then it would really improve career mode. I genuinely think that would be fantastic. Another one of the unrealistic things that really grinds with me, and I know it does with a lot of you, is the scripted transfers. I've done 3 or 4 different career mode saves now on FIFA 15, and it's been the case for the past 4 or 5 years as well. The same players go to the same teams every single save. Edin Dzeko goes to Arsenal. Benzema goes to Manchester City or Chelsea. Edinson Cavani goes to Manchester City or Chelsea. Sergio Aguero always leaves Man City to go to Real Madrid or to Bayern Munich. There are hundreds, probably hundreds, but of the big players, there are at least 10, 15, 20 players that always make the same move every single save. And it is infuriating because you try and, freshen up the experience that you're having by playing with a different side, and you come up against the exact same teams with the same players every single time. It's so, so infuriating. And I know it annoys a lot of other people as well. The fact that I can do a career mode in a separate country, but I'll still come up against the players from the previous league because they always sign players from the BPL. Like if I went and did a Bundesliga team and played against Bayern Munich, they always have Aguero and Jovetic, or, the likes of that. It's so frustrating. Javi Martinez always goes from Bayern Munich to Chelsea, and it really winds me up. Again, on the realism front, friendlies. Why can't you arrange your own friendlies and decide who you want to play? I'd love, when I'm playing as Chelsea or Liverpool or whoever I'm doing a career mode with, to arrange a friendly with my local side, Cambridge United. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to do that, but you can't. And also, when you're in friendlies, if it was realistic, you'd be able to have an unlimited amount of substitutions. You still only have 3. That's not right. You should be able to experiment with your side, field a completely different 11 in the second half, and with different tactics, etc. That would make it more realistic. You can do that on Football Manager. Why can't you do it in FIFA? Another option is the fixture list congestion. This, again, is another massive bugbear with me personally. The fact that you can't rearrange fixtures in the first place is frustrating, and then B, the fact that it will arrange fixtures itself and put them back-to-back days. We've had experiences in career mode this year and last year where we've had 3 games on consecutive days, 2 of which, one was a cup final, the other was a cup semi-final in Europe. What is that about? Why can't you rearrange fixtures, or at least, either manually do it or request to have a fixture rearranged and then perhaps have a couple of presets, say because I've got players on international duty, or because we've got a very congregated fixture list, or because various different players are ineligible. That would be fantastic, just to give it that extra bit of realism, because obviously you can't work on players' fitness, etc. with training, because you can't train your players at all. That's another point that would be good in FIFA, if you could have specific training regimes for all of your players. So you say you have a player that you want to be better in a certain role, like say you have a winger, you want him to improve on his crossing because his crossing isn't that good. He's got great dribbling, but his end ball isn't 100% accurate every single time. You could set a training regime up so that he could improve on his crossing and his delivery. You can't do that in FIFA. You can on Football Manager. See where see the trend here? Football Manager is so detailed, and honestly, I adore that game. But FIFA is where I also enjoy playing on the console as well. So if you could mix the two. Oh, what a game. But yes, fixture congestion is so, so annoying. And another thing that's annoying for me as a YouTuber is the ability to accept or reject gifts in the EA Sports Football Club. Obviously, I have my player series. I would like to, if I could, use some of the gifts to help boost my pro in my series. Obviously, I at present cannot do that because so many people gift me items. If I even just go into the EA Sports Football Club, it instantly gives me 20 different boosts. I don't have the ability to accept or reject them. It just gives you them, and they automatically get assigned to my pro character, and it would ruin my series. I know that's a problem with other people when they want to do the perhaps financial takeover and they go into their catalogue to buy one financial takeover for their specific career mode series, and they get gifted 5. And it goes on all of their career modes. And it's so frustrating. It's just incredibly unrealistic. And it can ruin series. And it has ruined series in the past. Happened to me last year at AC Milan. Someone gifted me 3 or 4 different financial takeovers. And I got so much money that I just didn't want. On the subject of finances, the ability to have more detail in your budget. So yes, you have wage budget and you have transfer budget, but where do those wages go? Do you have a staff wage budget? Do you have a player wage budget? The transfer budget, is that taken up solely by everything that goes on players, or do you have to pay compensation to various different people? The ability to alter that would be fantastic. And also the way that you take budgets from season to season. At present, you can't transfer your budget over. You get all of this prize money for finishing wherever you finish in the league, and then you just lose it because the board sets a new budget at the end of the season. Say you have a fantastic January transfer window and aren't able to bring in the players you want to, so you've got £30 million sat there, then you get £15 million for finishing top of your league. That's 45 million sat there in your transfer budget right now. Start the next season, the board will go, here's your transfer budget, £15 million, go nuts. That's not realistic at all. The ability to transfer finances and wage budget from season to season would be fantastic. Also, taking into example the career mode Road to Glory from my personal experience, we won the league in League 2 and went up into League 1, and I got £20,000 as a bonus. £20,000. Then we went up from League 1 into the Championship, and for finishing second in League 1, I got £20,000 added to my budget. And the starting budget in League 1 was worse than my starting budget in League 2. Fortunately, as you'll find out later on tonight when I do the transfer targets video for the career mode Road to Glory series, when we start in the Championship, it's been boosted slightly, but it's still very small for a Championship side. And I know it's a problem for a lot of players to say you're not necessarily able to get promotion, and then you get stuck with another minuscule budget year on year on year. It's so frustrating. There should be the ability for budgets to build up over time and for the club to make money. Say you go on a massive cup run. Why can't, again, I went on a massive cup run in the career mode Road to Glory. If I hadn't spent all of that money, why couldn't I take that money to the next season and spend it there instead? Again, really frustrating. And another thing, again, on the realism front, at the end of seasons, we've seen it multiple times this year when I do season roundups, etc. Why don't the leagues stop playing at the end of the season? We've had a couple of occasions where I'll go in and review the other league tables at the end of May, beginning of June, and leagues are still playing. You've had circumstances where the Bundesliga will have played 55 matches and the BPL's played 47 games. No, that's not realistic at all. In the most recent one I did on My Player, I checked the league tables. A lot of them had played the right amount of matches, but then the Barclays Premier League had started again in the middle of May and everybody had played 2 games. What's that about? In the middle of May, the season should have finished, not restarted again. And other circumstances, when you're in a different league, you check the leagues for other nations, and there'll be 2 games short. The Bundesliga will have played 32, not 34. And La Liga and Serie A will have played 36 and not 38. At like the end of June, at the very end of the season, as you're heading from one to the other. Why does that happen? That's so unrealistic and it's so frustrating. Like I say, it's the tiny little details. I apologise that this video's gone on so long. I really didn't want it to be overly long, but we've been going on for almost 15 minutes now. I apologise. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like rating. Be sure to like the video and share it on Twitter as well with the hashtag #ChangeCareerMode, and hopefully we can get it trending with all of the other career mode YouTubers, and hopefully at least someone will pay attention to it and just acknowledge the fact that we're unhappy. They might not change anything, they probably won't change anything, but at least for them to acknowledge that we are unhappy with that particular game mode, and for them to realise there is still a massive audience for career mode would be fantastic. Just to let them be aware, even not for FIFA 16, but for FIFA 17, for something in the future, please change career mode for the better. Make it more detailed, make it more fun, make it more A, more realistic, and B, just different experiences every single time, rather than thinking, I'm bored with this team, I'll move to another one, I'll start again, and you have the same players move to the same clubs, and they do the same things, and the managers make the same substitutions whenever you play them in the same minute every single time. Oh, just give us more realism, please, FIFA. You say it just got real. With career mode, it hasn't got anywhere near real yet, and it isn't good enough. Please change it. We love FIFA. We want it to be the best experience possible. Give us what we want to give you money for. We're paying you £60 a year. It's a premium price for a game that comes out every year, and it's not good enough right now. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like. Let me know what you'd like to see in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you'd like to see a My Player specific version of this particular video, and I'll try and put that together as well. But for now, that's all from me for this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.